Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Jamin Marshall's Wanderlust Journals. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking it out. And thanks for all the support, everybody. Thanks for sharing the videos. Thanks for subscribing and hitting that thumbs up button. And thank you for turning on the bell notification so you get updates when I drop new videos like this one here. I also wanted to make you all aware that the theme music for my channel comes from my brother, Jeshua William Marshall. So that music that you hear at the very beginning of the videos and at the end is his song called Go Go, and it will be dropping as a single on all the streaming platforms and everywhere coming up pretty soon. So I'll let you know when the whole song does come out. Again, if you do like the videos, please hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and share the videos. I've been working pretty hard at it. I've got a lot more interviews and videos coming up, and I'll be doing some book reviews and album reviews too. So this video here is an interview that I did with a really great band called Days N Daze. This is Whitney and Jesse, and they just dropped a new album. It's called Show Me the Blueprints, and it's out on Fat Records now. So you can buy that anywhere you purchase your albums. You can get it at Target if you want a physical copy, and you can get it on all the streaming platforms. They're really great to talk to. It's a really fun interview. And again, thank you all so very much for your support. I couldn't do it without your guys' likes and shares and everything. So thanks again. And please enjoy my interview with Whitney and Jesse from Days N Daze. It was really fun. All right, everybody, enjoy. I don't know that we've met in person in real life, but I'm Jamin, and I'm really stoked to be interviewing you guys today. Thanks so much for doing this. I'm here with Days N Daze,
Thank you.
Jesse and Whitney. So, yeah, thanks so much for taking the time, guys.
Of course.
So where are you both right now?
You go.
Oh my God.
Right out there? That's right.
Yeah, I am living in New York. You can see it. Yay.
Wow, yeah. Good job.
Yeah. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago too. I'm like,
Oh, sorry. It's a little early.
I woke up at I woke up at 12:50 my time, and like in a panic because I was like, oh shit, it's at 1 o'clock. It's 10 minutes. Like I got up and got dressed. And then remembered the time change. I was like, great.
Yeah, well, good.
I'm at my folks' place right outside of Houston in Richmond, Texas, like down the street from where Whitney grew up, actually.
Okay, cool. So is that where you guys started playing together then?
Actually, we started in San Marcos, Texas. I was going to Texas State University, and Jesse dropped out of high school to go move with me, and we didn't really fit in, and so we just started playing music.
Fuck yeah.
12 years later.
Yeah. Congratulations.
We're getting our records sold at Target.
Yeah.
That's such a trip, dude. Oh my God.
My mom called me last night, and she was just like, Whitney. It was like the proudest moment of her entire life. And I was, I was just like, 12 years, like 10 years of me booking all these shows. Like,
and that's what she's proud of?
Like, and I was like, that's what you're proud of? I was like, Mom, really? Really?
Yeah, it's hard to explain to the parents and that generation of what what the difference. There's a gap there between like what we think is successful and a proud moment, and their proud moment is a lot different.
I think it's something to like be able to like brag to her like teacher friends, being like, well, your kid's in college still, but my daughter is getting sold at Target. Hell yeah.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
And that was my first job too, which is
what, Target?
Yeah, and I quit because I wanted to go do acid with my friends.
That's a good reason.
So sick.
Awesome. So yeah, this thing that I'm doing is primarily focused on like music, live music, and travel. And I picked now to do it when you can't do any of that shit. So we can kind of reminisce. What's the craziest story or live music story that pops into your head when I say those words? Like as far as playing a show, some crazy shit that went down?
We had a riot. Remember in San Antonio?
A riot?
When that guy threw that, when they like started playing over us, and in San Antonio, you remember we played like that rap show, and then everyone started spray painting Days N Daze everywhere, and then there was like fist fights, and that guy like threw a microphone stand at the guy who was playing over us.
I must
It
have
was
been
rowdy.
just
But the venue was like,
wind.
we love you guys. You can come back whenever. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I don't know.
Mine, the first thing that popped in my head was that Resist to Exist festival in Germany so we have this song called Self-Destruction Anthem that we sometimes play at the end of the set that's just like a sing-along song. And we'll have like a few people come up on stage and do like a improvised verse. So we're playing this festival, it's like an outside festival, so we're on a big festival stage and there's like, a few hundred people in the crowd. And we like invited everyone to come up. I don't know if it was like a language barrier thing and they thought we wanted everyone to come up or what happened, but like everyone got on the stage. There's a picture of it on our Facebook. It's like basically the crowd's on the stage, and we felt so bad because like all the stagehands were just so bummed because like I mean that's an issue, right? But like that was radical. We were crowd surfing on the stage. It was pretty
whoa, cool.
We had that I keep thinking of just horrible times. Like we got that smoke bomb in a basement. Sucks. 2 giant smoke bombs got like, it was like a 4chan thing. This guy dressed like an alien went down there and just like like it sounds like I'm making it up, but this is like real. Like this
it
is
was like
lives.
a New Jersey basement too. It was small. It was like
and there had to be like 200 kids packed in there. We all thought the house was on fire.
Yeah, and I just remember like
it was a 3-story house and it like engulfed the entire house, and the fire department came. And we all had bronchitis. Didn't help.
It was the worst. I felt like it was in like a war movie. I just remember like Megan grabbing my hand and she was like, "Go, go, go, get out!" Like,
grab your shit and go.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
People were like on the ground, like puking. I was like, "What's
happening?" Damn, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty rowdy.
That is rowdy. House parties,
we still finished our set though outside.
Yeah, of course you did.
Of course, I know. We were all like,
can't breathe. You got bronchitis. Everybody's puking and shit. Good.
So silly.
You got to finish the set.
Yeah.
That's one thing I learned. Yeah, we played house parties where one of the times it was like in this house in Minnesota that the floor was it was like 100-year-old house, and there was a whole bunch of people living in there, and we played in the living room. That the floor had a lot of give to it, and I was like, we're fucking dead. This is it. We're gonna play, and we're all 100 of us are gonna fall into the basement.
Like I did fall into a house once.
From
that was
the roof?
horrible. No, it was like the floor, and my leg just went through, and everyone thought I tripped, but I was like, my leg was completely in the house, and they were trying to pull me up. I was like, please stop.
Ouch.
And then another time we played an apartment on the 2nd story, and the people that lived below came upstairs and they said the entire ceiling cracked, and that we had to like chill.
Yeah, that's pretty calm response from them.
They were like,
sounds like it.
Just letting y'all know, you might die. Like
you're gonna kill yourselves and us, but
Yeah, I know you're having fun.
Stop.
We're not gonna call the cops, but if you could please not destroy our home, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's a very good response. It could be a lot worse.
Yes.
A lot worse. So. Hey, stop.
Stop it. Yeah.
What's your most either of you, what's your most proud moment on stage as far as like accomplishment or playing with a hero or something like that?
I got to fill in for Brad Logan for a couple Leftover Crack sets, and that was like super full circle for me because that like Leftover Crack's what got me into the kind of music that I write now and what I listen to now. Like I used to listen to Leftover Crack and Choking Victim with my dad on the way to like my alternative school that he had to take me to.
I bought you the F- CD when we were kids too.
So like I mean, I used to like sing those lyrics and like fantasize about playing in that band. So yeah, probably playing guitar for Leftover Crack is like, that was like, okay, everything else is just icing on the cake after this.
Sweet.
I did what I wanted to do.
Awesome, man. What about you, Whitney?
I think there's this one time, like my grandma comes to like some of our shows, and we were like filming a music video for Postparty Depression, and like I don't know, I was like on stage and I was like, my grandma's here, and everyone started chanting, or like her name's Bobo, and I was like, Bobo, Bobo, and she told me, she was like, Winnie, I'm famous too, and I was like, oh my god.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Wow, that's really cool. Those are both really good. Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, I don't know, just playing in front of like I don't know. I think it's easier playing in front of like thousands of people than it is like 10 people, just because you can pretend like. I'm trying to see Jesse's facial expression.
Well, when you're playing for like 10 people, you can single out like the 2 people who are just not digging it, you know? And that's really.
See, but when I look at like the huge crowd, I'm like, no one's listening. So I can just be like wild and fuck up as much as I want. When I remember I played a solo set and I just like fucked up the song, and I just like completely stopped. I was like, sorry, it's the guitar's fault. Like, I don't know. And it was like an acoustic guitar. I'm like, I don't know, something's wrong with it. But totally me.
Yeah, the energy is way different when you have a couple thousand people or more. It can be uplifting. Their energy, even if they're not paying that much attention.
I mean, it's like fake it till you make it, and like the crowd will just like fake it for you, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. So were you guys on tour when the shit went down and we had to be locked down, or were you planning a tour? Or
Jesse was.
I was on tour with my other band, Escape from the Zoo, and I think the last show we played was Vegas, and like nobody was at the show. There were like 3 people there, and I was like, this is weird, because we have a lot of friends in Vegas, so usually the shows are pretty good.
Yeah.
And I remember that's the night that April from Apes of the State said that they were canceling their tour, and that's when it hit me that like, okay, this is an issue, because we'd been on tour, we hadn't really been keeping up with the news or anything, so we were kind of like, it's like, okay, a bad flu's going around, you know. And then when that happened, and then there's like no one at the shows, we just canceled and beelined it back to Texas.
Yeah, I was like just coming back home from New York back to Texas, and then all this shit hit the fan, and I got like really depressed because I was like in quarantine from New York for two weeks, like just completely alone, and I was like,
shit,
I am not good alone, like at all. I'm an adult now. I can admit that.
Yeah.
Don't like it. And me and my partner like made that decision, being like, I was gonna move up here anyways. So I packed up all my things in a day and moved up here.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah. What's it like there? I mean,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the happiest I think I've ever been in my life. Like, cool. I don't know. Even though things are on lockdown, the city's still moving. So, I mean, like I thrive in chaos and kind of just like constant movement. So, I mean, if I had to be like in one place, like I can be somewhere where there's like some sort of movement and not in the country in Texas.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very vastly different.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it for sure.
Okay, good. So what else was I gonna ask you? Oh yeah, of course. Fat Records, the new album. It is pretty damn new, right? When did you release it?
Last Friday.
Yeah.
It's been out for a week. Is it Friday?
6 days.
No, it's Thursday. 6 days. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
6 days.
6 days.
So, you know, Jay Crash sent me the link and everything, and I checked it out, and it's fucking awesome.
Thank you.
I really honestly dig the hell out of it. I was
that means a lot coming from like someone that like, I love your band, so like that's like Cheezin on the pizza. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Cheezin on the pizza.
Cheezin on the pizza.
Never heard that.
That's the new phrase. Everybody take that one, write it down. We're gonna cheese on your pizza. That's what I'll call this video. So thank you, and you're welcome. But I was walking my dog, and I was dressed not for running or anything like that. I was just walking the dog this morning, and I was jamming the album, and I just started running, and it was just like energy and happiness, and I was just like running full speed with the dog and like my
hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Not good shoes for it either, but that is the kind of energy that I felt from it. It I don't know, it brought back all sorts of memories, the good memories of tour. And I also thought immediately it deals a lot with, addiction and dependence and some depression here and there, and but overarching themes of positivity, which I really appreciate in your guys' music. That's awesome. It's good to hear that. And and also kind of like, we don't know exactly what's going to happen or how life's going to go, but let's try to stick together and be positive. And that's really cool to hear, guys.
Really.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that you picked up on that, because I feel like sometimes maybe people don't pick up on like the little, the peppering of positivity in there.
Yeah.
And if you don't, those songs are just terribly depressing.
Well, I think they're like, I don't know, it's like every record that we put out is like an archive of us growing up. So like I feel like in this chapter it's been like, holy fuck, like oh hi Star, sorry, the kitty's out here. It's pretty much just, it's like, holy fuck, we made it. Like we didn't think we were gonna make it this long, like at all.
I feel that.
Yeah, and being like, okay, this is scary as fuck, but let's do this shit. Like, and let's like do this as like well as we can, like together.
That's important. Yeah. To recognize the position that you're in, and how far you've come, and if you don't stop and recognize that, it can be lost on you, and that positivity can be not, you won't be able to focus on it. And I think I think that it's not fair at all to,
you get burned out, like.
I think it wouldn't be fair at all to ignore the positivity that you guys put into the songs. I think that that's a main component as far as I'm concerned. And like my band, Ian would write a lot of songs about death, and we didn't pick up on that theme until some like 16-year-old girl asked us in an interview in Detroit, like, why do you write all your songs about death?
All comes rushing back
and
at
we're
you.
Like, holy shit, I don't know. Maybe we should write about something else.
I'm gonna fangirl for like 2 seconds, but y'all's album like definitely helped keep me alive. So just saying, I am glad that you wrote a lot about death, because we've dealt with a lot of death, and music is like a huge coping mechanism. So
yeah,
absolutely.
I think writing about
death never goes out of fashion.
Yeah, but also it might sound depressing when like someone brings it up to you that all your songs are about death, but that is the one great unifier, right? That's the one thing we all have in common, and that's the one thing that we all have an issue coping with. So when bands can address it eloquently and in a way that can comfort you and help you derive some kind of acceptance over the issue, that's a huge help.
Like
so
that common humanity.
That's a tremendously important topic to address.
I've gone up on stage and people are like, Whitney, make us sad. I'm like, damn it.
So we can all be sad together. Okay. There's something beautiful about that. Yeah.
Sometimes you want to dwell in your emotion, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And that's why there's so much
with other people. Like that's the beautiful thing about music. It's just like that not alone feeling. It's just you are connected, whether it is a stranger playing these songs to you. Like you're like, oh my God, I didn't know how to put what I'm feeling into words, but thank you for doing it for me. You know what I mean? So
Yep. Precisely. That is an amazing thing. It's a unifying thing, having, you know, just art in general, but music can do it in a certain way that other types of art can't. And that's why I got obsessed with it at a fairly young age, and I'm sure it's the same for you guys. And then travel, you know. So I was going to ask that too. Do you have a favorite place to play, country or town or?
Lisbon, Portugal is my shit. I had a 24-hour layover there, and I was just like, oh my God, this is incredible, because I missed my flight back to the States. Thanks for waking me up, Jesse. Anyways.
Uh-oh.
That's another story. I'm just joking. But so I had a 24-hour layover, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in my favorite place ever. And I called my friend Bruno. I was like, yo, I am trapped here. He's like, we're having a hot dog party over at this collective. I was like, that sounds sketchy. I'm into it. Let's go.
Yeah.
It was legitimately just 100 like anarchists like making vegan hot dogs, and I had the time of my life.
Awesome.
And the first time I went there, they were like, okay, there has to be one person that doesn't fit in the van who wants to take this 3-hour bus ride, and no one speaks English. I was like, I'll do it. Fuck yeah. So I got onto the bus, made it there like hours before y'all. And they just like showed me around the city, and I made like these amazing friends. Portugal is my shit for sure, 100%. Yeah.
I've never been.
It was really fun.
It's oh my God, it's so nice. It's beautiful.
Montreal's always been a super rowdy time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
I thought I used to could drink until I went and hung out up in Montreal. Holy shit, man. This just put me under the table.
Canadian.
Seventh Circle in Colorado is always great. We've always had really good shows there. Bossa Nova Ballroom in Portland is also sick. That's a great spot.
Nice. Yeah,
Portugal. The Earl in Atlanta goes hard.
Which one?
The Earl in Atlanta.
Cool.
They're always really nice to us and give us like good ass food. I like that.
Good. Food is very important.
I know, it really is. It was like weird for us when we started getting like green rooms, and we were like, we can have this.
This is like take it all.
I know, like our first green room, they were like, yeah, this is all y'all's. Like, take whatever you want. I lost my vest that night, but I swear, I was just like, this is free. So if there was like video cameras of me just like scavenging the place, we ended up with like 10 limes and like 100 like shot glasses. I don't know, it was free, and I love it. Like I like it. So.
Yeah. I know the feeling. I know that feeling when you're used to like barely getting by, and you have like divide one pizza to 7 or 8 people, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, this is your rider, and you're like, what am I? What?
Yeah.
We got all this shit in the fridge. Fucking load it up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Dropkick Murphys were nice enough to give us all of their food every night. Basically, they didn't really eat
That's
any
awesome.
of it that was in there. Yeah. And
when
we
we're
did
on
that tour,
that last tour with Leftover Crack, I've not eaten more hummus and celery in my entire life. It's like every night they had a hummus plate, and that was my dinner every night. It was
celery's like the gum of like vegetables.
That's delicious. It's like,
you can never like swallow it. Like I've tried. I'm like
fiber, baby.
Are you chewing correctly? Just chew it.
Chew it. It's all free.
25 times.
Okay, I know how to eat food. Damn it.
Oh shit! Yeah. Veggie platters have got me through many nights.
Yes, baby carrots all the way.
Yeah, my wife still makes fun of me because I'm like able to cook now. which was, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty good at cooking now. And she's like, yeah, you're a lot better than you were before. Like you actually can cook food now. And I was like, wait, she always brings up this thing that I told her one time, that we had a peanut butter jar in the van and we had a stick.
That's
and we
fine.
would just eat the peanut butter with the stick and put it on the, we didn't have a knife, and we'd pass that around, and that was our meal.
It's innovation.
I made the mistake of telling her that, and now she will never let me forget the peanut butter stick. So
I made Jesse tomato soup once when he was really sick, and I didn't know that you had to put water in it.
It was so gross. It was just
I know,
like
you still
a warm glob of tomato paste, and I still ate it, but it was like I didn't want to hurt any feelings, so it was terrible.
This is great.
Oh my god! There's like some bottom. I will wash all the dishes, but my cooking skills like go as far as like cooking 2 like frozen pizzas at like different temperatures at different times. I can make that shit crisp. It's good.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot better than peanut butter stick, that's for sure. But
That's good.
I'm no chef, but yeah. I don't know if this applies at all, but has anybody, since you've been on Fat, has anybody ever said the word sellout towards you? Just out of curiosity. I have no idea, but
I've only actually maybe read a comment that was like one comment that brought up sellout, but it was like a joke. No, I don't think no one's really approached it. Like everyone's been really, really kind about it, and I think they understand that we've been doing this and busting our asses.
Yeah, people have like really genuinely been following like our career for the past 12 years, and I think they respect the fact that we waited so long to work with friends and to not have our art be like distorted by a label. So I think that, I mean, our entire, like the reason why we're here is because we've had such dedicated, like a dedicated community, like bringing us up. And, I think if that comes up, people are quick to defend our, I guess,
your honor.
I mean, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Like, I mean, it makes you feel like all those insecurities about, like, how are people going to perceive us if we don't have that, like, high-pitched, like, noise in the background. Like, make a YouTube thing. They were like, they put the high-screeched sound over like our new recordings. They were like, if you think the Days N Daze album is too clean, it's for you. And it's like, oh my god,
that's so funny. Yeah,
April of the State did that, and then someone took it even further and re-recorded the sound. Like they played the new album into a coffee cup, and they recorded that, so it sounds all like tinny and like shitty. It's so good.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
That's so funny.
That's a good one.
That makes me like,
I hadn't heard anything like that at all, and I was just curious because there was times where a few people said something along those lines, and I kind of took it to heart at the moment, but then I was like, so, fuck you. I live in a van. I'm on food stamps. Like, fuck you, What do I have to? Did a tour with Dropkick, and they paid us like $100 a night, and we ate their leftovers.
I mean, I think it's like the same step as like when we all stopped like traveling. And kids were like, you don't have trains anymore. And we're like, yeah, because we got a van.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say, what was that? I don't know. I think I lost it. It went into the back of my brain. But, yeah, it's funny how that happens. People, I remember. It's an analogy about the term sellout and how people are so quick to do that. But if you were a carpenter, if there was a carpenter and he spent a decade learning how to build a house and did it really, really well, and all of a sudden somebody comes along and says, hey, I'll pay you twice of what you were making before, come work for me. No one's going to call him a fucking sellout. They're going to be like, Good work.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
And, I mean, I look at also like, I mean, like the rap community is incredible. It's like if I come up, everyone comes up. Yeah. And I think that we've been trying our best to like have that mentality transfer over to like the folk punk. It's like, no, you're not sellouts. You're like, we're all coming up. It's
like,
not.
congratulations.
It's not just like Days N Daze.
Yeah.
It's like everyone. It's like we're gonna do our best not to ruin this, you know.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that's the way that it's coming across, because that's the way it came across to me. The album sounds great. It has great messages, and it's highly entertaining, and that's the point, you know. And it's
Thank you.
Fun music, you know. That's what I love. That's why I got into punk and rock, is not for the violence as much as it was for the, you know, fun.
So, yeah.
Fuck yeah, guys.
Jesse's fucking killer at those hooks.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jesse. I'm all like, let's be really depressing, and this doesn't make sense. And Jesse's like, okay, well, you can do that and this too. I'm like,
yeah,
sick.
And you can. It has pop
it's so
sensibility.
Good. I love it.
Yeah. What's your writing process like? How do you go from a concept to a full song?
For what I've always done in the past, and it's weird now because we're stuck at home. I feel like this is the longest we've been in one place, or I've been in one place.
No, in like over 10 years, 100%. Yeah.
So it's a little different now. I'm kind of just like scribbling down little ideas, and when I get to play, I'll just see what fits together. But in the past, it's always been, when we're on the road, you know how like everything's just constantly moving. You don't really have time to sit down and think, or like, I don't know if anyone can write on the road. If you can,
I don't know how.
Hats off to you. That's crazy to me. That I wish I could. So I'll just like jot down little notes that pop in my head, or take recordings of little riffs I think of. And then when I get home and I'll be home for like a couple weeks or something, I kind of just let everything hit me, and I'll like go back through everything I've recorded and everything I've written, and just kind of see what fits together. Yeah. So it's like kind of just putting together a puzzle a little bit.
I can take like 2 or 3 years to finish a song. Genuinely, Jesse hammers out songs. Like, it's insane. For me, I am like, I can hammer out songs co-writing 100%. But as far as like the songs that I write by myself, it's purely based off of, like, I have all these like categories in my head of shit that I need to like get off my chest. And it's kind of like the process of like when I do therapy, or when I do like have another traumatic thing happen to me, it allows me to like process that one category in my head that needs to be kind of like taken off and given to the world. So it's kind of, it's like this very like intimate like process of every song.
Therapeutic.
Yeah. It's also not for mass production, but it is now. I mean, I'm rambling.
No, that's all good.
I feel like
I don't know. It's a very personal thing for sure.
I think you write like poems more than songs, really. Like you come to me with like epic poems, like 5 pages of poetry, and I'm like, okay, this is beautiful, but like I don't know if we can write a song that is gonna include all 5 pages. So then
a concept album.
Work together to like, Whit will come with me with like a block of clay, and and then we chip away at it together, and we'll find the song that's inside of it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I love writing with you, Jesse. You're my favorite person to write with, and one of my favorite people. Anyways, compliments over. That's it. That's all you get.
That's all you get today. That's my yearly allowance of compliments.
That's the limit.
Yeah, that's it.
That's good. Well, when they come, I appreciate them.
Yeah.
Good. This is good. So I do this thing called I Call Bullshit, where I will make 4 statements, and they're like trivia bits, and you guys have to decide between the two of you, which one of them is bullshit. So that's the rules of the game.
Is there topics? Is it topical?
Nah, it's kind of just all over the place. This one in particular is just random shit that I found on the internet, and I made up one. So I call bullshit. Here we go. With Days N Daze. Number 1, there's a sinkhole in Kansas that swallowed a town. Number 2, tomato sauce was sold as medicine in the 1800s. It's so funny that you brought that story up. Number 3, India has a Bill of Rights for cows.
Totally.
And number 4, it's illegal to carry ice cream in your back pocket in Kentucky.
Oh, which one's bullshit? I feel like one sounds real.
3, no, I think the ice cream could be real.
Yeah, there are some wacky ass laws from like way back in the day.
Sturgeon asked me, or he was just like, the freezer was left open, so I had to eat all the ice cream this morning. I was like, really? You had to? He looked at me and was like,
hey, taking one from the team. You got to do what you got to do.
That's hilarious.
All of the ice cream. What? I want to say
3 sounds like bullshit to me.
The India one?
Yeah.
No, that's real as fuck.
I know they're.
No, that's like real as fuck. I would say it.
But a
I'm
Bill
not
of
saying
Rights?
bullshit on that. Yeah, I would totally. No, that's real.
You think so?
And plus, if you're gonna make up something, well, he made up one of them. I don't think that like cows in India would be like the first thing that he would make up.
That's true.
Wait,
I think
are
Bill
you
of Rights is something else. Maybe
my god. Wait. Where am I going?
There you are. Okay, so it's time to make a choice.
Okay, I take it back. What's right? That does sound like it could be true. Oh, you thought it was like a filter. I think those are actually that was a real disguise.
Yeah, they're real.
I'm just a jet setter. Oh, they're real?
Yeah. But you're somewhere else.
I'm a jet setter, okay? I'm a traveler.
I feel like 4 is too ridiculous. What's right? Now that I think about it, 3 does make sense. I think the phrasing Bill of Rights just threw me off. I think the tomato sauce one is bullshit.
Yeah, let's go with tomato sauce.
You're gonna go with the sauce?
The tomato sauce have.
Number 1 was the bullshit one. The tomato sauce is real. The sinkhole in Kansas that swallowed a whole town, as far as I know, is not true. However,
towns can have like 30
it could
people.
happen.
That would be devastating, though. I guess that's real. Like, that would be like a catastrophic event.
It might happen if they keep fracking out there.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Now I feel like a moron because I actually kind of forgot the first one.
I know, me too. Totally, 100%.
But yeah, that would be huge news if an entire town in Kansas just like disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
At least in Texas, it would be huge news.
Yeah.
I mean,
it might happen, but yeah, the Bill of Rights for cows is real, apparently.
Yeah, it is totally.
That tracks.
Yeah. So that's I Call Bullshit with Jamin, Marshall, and Whitney and Jesse.
We won.
You won, sure. Yeah, I'll send you a pair of these.
Wait, I thought that was
my sponsor.
I got excited.
Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.
And the new album, I will put a link to it in the comments below, as well as your Facebook and website and everything, where that people can go.
I appreciate it. We just redid our entire website. I've been working a bunch on it and learning how to do code.
Whoa.
So yeah, check out our website.
Yeah, right on, guys. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I would not have gotten out of bed. Thanks.
Well, I'm glad I gave you an excuse to get out of bed, guys.
Oh yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.